guys, welcome to my video. And wow, the difference. A job could change a human being. Wow, I feel so productive and useful in society. It's my day off. And because it's my day off, that means... what does that mean? Oh, so that means I have all this free time that I have to do at home because I still have work at home. I don't have just my other work, but I also have homework. Work I've got to do at home. And what's that? I still do feet stuff. Still doing that job, so please continue to DM me because I ain't gonna stop this for a while. Besides that, I have other work like posting on Patreon, posting on YouTube. It makes me think that I'm like some kind of social media influencer or character. But besides that, I mean, yeah, I do got work. I have social media posts I have to work on, and you are just one of my projects. YouTube, you're just one of my projects, just like Patreon, Instagram, and YouTube. I got this new sweater. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Nevada University State Wolves. Ooh. I'm just kidding. That's not why I got this sweater. If you know, you know. Do you see how like stimulated I am, my guy? Because that's my life. That's my life. Like, I get so easily excited when I socialize with people who don't want to have sex with me. Okay, time to go outside. It's a week later, and it's another day off, and I'm still on the same video. I know, I said I was gonna go outside in that last clip, but I got busy. But anyways, now that I'm back, and now that I have time, and I could just post on YouTube and record, and I feel nice and fresh, because change is good within your life, I feel like I can now comfortably like talk about my past from a little bit where I came from. So another reason why I wanted to make this video was to talk more about like when I first started like living outside of my parents' house, because oh boy do I have stories. I didn't really want to share them while living there, because like things are always changing and stuff like that. And what made me think of this idea was like, oh man, like work is so exciting because it's just so new and different, and I'm talking to all these people and doing these things, and it makes me feel good about myself and blah 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 blah. But at the same time, I don't really want to talk about work because it's very new and I'm still going through it, and things are always changing, and I don't really know anything about work or anything like that, or if that makes sense. You know, I don't want to like jump the gun or like say something, and I don't know, you know, we'll just leave it be, because right now it's new. There's no story to be told about work, but you know what I do got a story about? When I did first move out of my parents' house. Sometimes I just think about life, and I think about where I was a year ago, stuff like that, and I think to myself, I've come a long way. Holy shit. About 3 years ago or so, almost 3 years ago or so, I don't know, around that time, I was living in the middle of nowhere with 2 meth heads. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start talking about me living in the middle of nowhere with these 2 meth heads, because there's just so much that I could talk about and just say and stuff like that. But But you know what that does make me think right now? It makes me wonder, I hope they're not really watching this video, and I hope anyone from that past life from like 3 years ago who lives in that area from that time in my life experience, I hope they don't watch this video, because I know all those people from back then are a bunch of fucking lying bitches. And that's why you don't associate with fucking meth heads. They're tweakers, bro. They're literally tweakers. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about specific encounterments. I'm just gonna talk about my roommates. just in general. Like, I had this one roommate. Okay, so in this timeline, I am 18 years old, living with these two meth heads. I have one. We'll call him John because that is the most common American name. We have John, and then we'll call this other person, hold on, let me think of a fake name. We'll call him Gay. We have John and Gay. John was this, I believe he was 39 at the time. This 39-year-old guy who was actually, I think, one of like the computer like makers, producer things, programmer things for like Second Life. But he also was like living with his mom ever since he was like 34, 36, some even number like that, until he went to jail for some reason because he got in a fight with his mom or some shit like that. Oh my god, just putting his personal shit out there. I don't know, don't quote me, but basically that he was just this guy who is very computer smart and knows how to program shit, very tech savvy, very socially awkward because he's been living with his mom ever since he was 36. So I think that gives a little general idea of this guy a little bit. And Gay is like, oh man, how do I describe him without being paranoid for some fucking reason? He was 26 at the time, and he had dreads, so that was, I don't know, it was pretty cool. And he's not your typical like average person, I suppose. I mean, they both do meth. That's not typical, I don't think. They do meth, so yeah, of course they're gonna be fucking whack. Let's stop saying the M word and we'll call it Crystal. Some speed, you know. There's other words. We don't have to use the M word. Honestly, Gay was like this 26-year-old guy who was doing, well, I mean, to be honest, at first he did a lot of like odd jobs here and there. Like, people would just have him do like certain like labor and work and stuff like that for some money. And from what I experience, I think he lives paycheck to paycheck. But you know, I try not to really I didn't try to micromanage his money or stuff like that, because it ain't my money. It's not my money. I'll worry about my own money. He could worry about his money. But besides that, yeah, he used to do a lot of like labor and odd jobs, stuff like that. He used to work fast food or whatever. But when I started living there, he started having seizures. Gay started having seizures, and then he couldn't do like laborious works, or else he's gonna fucking seize. And legally, when you have seizures, you can't drive either. And when you live in the middle of nowhere, I don't know how to drive. John could drive. Gay legally can't drive. Sometimes Gay would drive, but a lot of the time John would have to drive us, because it would be a bad thing if Gay had a fucking seizure behind the wheels and I don't know how to drive. Like, how we gonna get home? We live in the middle of nowhere. Gay was also a habitual liar, and I don't know if the people around him really know that. And yeah, it's very strange because The only reason why I bring that up is because, you live with two tweakers and one of the tweakers has seizures. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why too. But he explained to me saying that, oh no, it's not the crystal, it's not the speed that's giving him seizures. He told me that. He said, no, I talked to my doctor and my doctor said it's not the crystal. And I even told my doctor that I do it too, because you're supposed to tell your doctor what you put into your body so your doctor could better help you. But anyways, that's what Gay told me. Gay told me that he told his doctor what drugs he uses and substances and stuff like that. And Gay's doctor said that, it's not the crystal. In fact, you actually have like this little plate of tumor-like thing behind your eye in your brain that's causing you to seize. And so yeah, that's something interesting. You know, to follow up with that, we actually broke our bong, and John and I, we went to the smoke shop and we bought a silicone bong and we call it the seizure-proof bong, and we gave it to Gage as a gift. It's so funny too, because like oh my god, these boys, they be chain smoking. These tweakers, they be chain smoking American spirits, butt after butt after butt after butt. Oh my god, like especially John. Oh my god, John's the worst. Gay, I mean, he smokes cigarettes, but I mean, he's not supposed to, but he do it anyways. Man, if you be smoking cigarettes, you are probably depressed. If you're smoking Nick, are you sad with yourself? Yes. Oh yeah, back to Gay being a habitual liar, man. He says a whole lot of shit that sound real too good to be true, or just some shit that just be like, make you think a little bit. Or, I don't know, just, not all 18-year-olds are as smart as you probably think or you think they are. You know, I was 18, but I mean, I was smart in some areas, but there are some things that he would just tell me and I would just fucking eat it up. I would eat it up. Gay would just tell me he would just tell me some certain stuff and I would just eat it up. Like, for example, you talk about like, oh, you know, you don't really need toothbrush on your toothbrush. You don't need toothpaste on your toothbrush because your teeth naturally have enamel and a barrier that will keep it clean. You just have to brush the food off every fucking day, right? Just to learn that, hey man, not everyone's teeth are actually as strong as that, and we're not horse, we're not donkeys, we're not bears, we're not dogs. Animals don't need to brush their teeth. Humans do, because our teeth are fucking pathetic and weak and they fall out and shit like that, okay? Look at other animals and stuff like that. Like, you know, you win some, you lose some. I don't know why I believed something that stupid. And I feel like because I believed something that's stupid, I now have a missing tooth because of it. I mean, I don't really care if I have a missing tooth, but you know, you live and you learn. Young women out there, be careful. He's gonna tell you things. He's gonna tell you things you're gonna like to hear and stuff like that, but you gotta be on your toes, girl. Gay would also talk to me about my ex-boyfriend and stuff like that, and say things about my ex-boyfriend that I never knew about him and stuff like that. And it made me think like, oh wow, well, now that you're telling me this stuff about my ex-boyfriend, I guess I don't really miss him as much anymore, because what you're telling me is that he's a bad person. What the fuck? You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Sometimes people just tell you certain things, or people just, it doesn't even have to be about you, yourself, or whatever, just certain stuff, the things that he would just tell me. It's really food for thought in a way, and I get high off of thinking, so I just kind of psychoanalyze the fuck out of that for funsies, and I'm just like, very interesting. Okay, enough about Gay. Let's hear a little bit more about John. Yeah, okay, so John's the fucking shut-in who fucking, like, lived with his mom since he was, like, 36 or something like that. And only just, the first place he probably lived that wasn't his mom's house was jail. And then after that was with Gay. He was actually living with Gay before I moved in. So those two have known each other for like for years or something like that. Besides that, they bond over being tech savvy because they're both freaking computer nerds. Computer tweakers. Haha, you guys get it? Computer tweakers. Computer tweakers because they're tech savvy and they program and they're tweakers. And not only that, but I just think I am so punny because I don't think anyone understands. I don't think people understand tweaker powers like crackheads have powers. Like, they really do. They would smoke speed. They would, like, get these computers that their friends give them, or they find these computers, and then they would, I would just sit there and watch them and be like, smoking my blunt and just be like, oh my god, I can't believe you're really taking apart 4 different computers to make a new singular computer that actually fucking works. Insane. I witnessed this shit with my own freaking eyes. These 2 freaking computer tweakers would get multiple computers, take these computers apart, put it together into one new computer that works, and I don't know how they do it. Tweakers got powers. It's so crazy. I still don't even believe that I fucking lived through something like that. Now, what would I do? What would I do there when I was living there while Gay was seizing out and taking apart computers and fucking working, playing video games? And then while John, he also worked. John, he got like a blue collar work, so he would go to work, come home, watch his fucking nerd shit, his weeb shit, and like, you know, be all tech savvy, just pretty low key. Now, what would I do for fun? Well, I mean, I kind of worked too. I did my foot job. I did my sell nudes and stuff like that. They're all right with it. They didn't give a fuck. They actually thought it was pretty cool. And I would do a safe version of speed. I'd do Addy. I'll pop an Adderall. Is that illegal to say? I didn't actually pop Adderall. I didn't do that. Everything I'm saying is not real. This is fake. This is a story. Alright? None of this actually happened. Just side note. Anyways, back to the story. Oh yeah, I just popped those and then I would walk outside into the desert, and I'd literally like pick up like desert trash. There'll be like these big like TV screens that are like, you know, the old ones that got the big ass back and stuff like that. I'd pick those up, and then like sometimes there'll be like cool empty bottles and jars, or like sometimes CDs and discs, or like little shiny things. I'd pick them up. I'll bring it home. Oh my god, there was this one time I took a walk out in the desert and I found a fucking ladder, bro. I found like one of those ladders that open up, and like, you know, a ladder. I just found a ladder, and I picked it up and I literally carried it home, and I said, hey, look, you guys, I found a ladder. And they're like, oh, okay. And I'm like, let me just and I put it in the garage, and you know, I brought a random ladder home one day. And with all that desert trash, I would like make art out of it and stuff like that. That's what I do for fun. Mostly work, smoke, do some weeb stuff, watch something on the TV, collect desert trash, put it together. Yeah, that's how I spend my time. You know, yeah, I've come a long way. Holy shit. I can't believe I used to live a life like that. Sometimes I still can't believe that I'm alive. And I don't mean that in a depressing way. I just mean it in a way of like, wow, my life is just so crazy and wild, and ooh, I'm so different. Like, it just makes me wonder, like, life really is a fucking simulation, because I just feel so goddamn special. Anyways, I'm going on a manic tangent of narcissism, so let me stop myself before I lose myself. That's my video. just a little blab about back when I used to live in the middle of nowhere with these two computer tweakers. What are computer tweakers? Just to remind everyone, just people who like to fix computers, and they're all tech savvy because they got superpowers. Living in the middle of nowhere in the desert because no one's got nothing better to do. At least in the middle of the desert. Anyways, you guys get it. That's my video. I said what I wanted to say, and I might want to say more next time, but you know, I feel like this video was more of like a little general opening of the saga I'm about to freaking present you guys, of the freaking random stories that I have with these while living there. That box man. Alright, that's my video. Later, mater. Bye.